everyone, thank you for tuning to my channel. This short video with regards to upcoming full moon. And in order for us to understand this really important full moon energy, we need to understand where the moon coming from. Because this whole week, it's going to be a little bit hard for the nervous system and reactive system. And moon is going to go through real transition in her own realization in order for her to arrive to the full moon of Aquarius. And I do recommend for you guys, if you do have your chart, just to pause my video and to open your chart and then continue to listen to my video. Because there's a couple very important degrees I'm going to explain. And if it is in your chart, it's very important seed can be born. Really depends on your state of consciousness, how you're going to behave this week, and how you're going to prepare for this full moon, and what exactly you're going to do during the full moon. And if you really will take this seriously, and you will understand the purpose of the full moon, because the main purpose of the full moon, full moon going through four different stages, right? After full moon, she's going to start to lose her light, and before she's getting to the new moon. And full moon extremely important. It's one of the first precepts, the blessings and commandments was given to Israel, the people of Israel, to bless the full moon, the new moon, and to bless the moon. And every video I always remind us about that, because there's a huge reason for it, because it's represent in nutshell not just our emotional inside world, which is in Hebrew called Or Pnimi, our mothers, our ancestral lineage, our incarnation process. There's a lot of things is trigger when full moon comes in full. It's like it's compared to the woman menstrual period when a woman going through, and she usually more reactive, more sensitive, and we all in front of the light of Creator in the world of Malchut, of this dimension, we are all females. So it's really important. So let's look at right now, my screen right now on September 5th. And September 5th, we have a moon in Sagittarius. Now, what's really important, moon starting September 6th, she's going to have almost in perfect conjunction with Pluto. We're going to feel a little bit, physically, if some things you're not taken care of on a physical level, you're going to have in the potential, you can feel more inflammation. So definitely be more aware what food you eat. Stay away from any unhealthy processed food, any fried food, because it's going to be even harder on your body to be more focused. And by the way, I forgot to mention, as always now, by end of this video, I'm going to have a short video by my amazing teacher, righteous soul Tzaddik Rav Berg. A very short 4 minutes video, under 4 minutes, where Raf will explain about our consciousness and reactive system. And I'm sorry for volume. If it's not good volume, just be prepared to just put your volume a little bit more higher. There's nothing I can do. It's the old video. Okay, so let's understand what's happening in the sky. So on September 6th, moon's going to be in Pluto. So just be aware, this is great days to stay, so to say, on a really light diet as well, because of the Pluto. And you're going to have, actually, you can have some messages about your financial decisions, and as well about your spirituality. Amazing time to donate, to give part of your money away. And with that, you're going to create extra protection and divine inspiration. It's really, donation extremely important in our spiritual process. Then we have moon. She's transferring to Capricorn, and she's right now between Pluto in Capricorn. And remember, when she's between Pluto and Capricorn, she feels a little bit trapped, because she's between two very dark bodies, because both of them represent darkness. Even though Pluto came from the underworld, he's the king of underworld, and represent in this dimension the Scorpio energy. Saturn, even though it's the dark planet, is the planet of deep tikkun, deep realization. It's represent the highest light. So moon, she's under right now like radar of those two bodies before she's getting to next step. And then on September 8th, I'm only focused mainly right now on the moon. There's a reason for it, guys. You really need to understand what's happening here. And then she's going to have a conjunction with Saturn. Now, what's going to happen on September 8th? This is the really important date to have good academic spiritual study. Not just study just to enjoy, to study something that you don't understand, but you're going to push through it. Okay, you remember my previous video about the studies, how it's important for your soul. This is the main food for the soul. It's not about what we understand, it's about the process, and light of creator will take care of. So this is the day where I even recommend to take something then you put on the side because you can understand this concept, to come back, and you will have such a revelation. You can possibly can have a breakthrough. Okay, and then we have on September 9, we have moon in Aquarius, so she's getting more closer to the full moon. This is the day before full moon, and it's a really beautiful degree. She's really closer to the river of life, and even 13 degrees in Aquarius is the spiritual. So it's very interesting. She went through such a dramatic experience through the Pluto, then between Pluto and Saturn, and then through the Saturn, and now she's really in getting to place of high spirituality beyond our comprehensions. Okay, and then what another thing it's really interesting about that, we have Mercury during this period of time in his the highest capacity. We're going to feel very focused. At the same time, we're going to feel a lot of desire to understand things and to even practically do some marketing, do actually reconnect even with some people we stop to connect. This is the week, by the way. And now we have a moon on September 10th. She is an Aquarius, and she's in a very interesting degree. She almost conjunct with Neptune. Look what's happened here. And she's not just conjunct with Neptune. It's very, very interesting. She is receiving very interesting realizations, because the Neptune, remember Neptune, the good thing about Neptune is really giant who channel for us things from the future beyond what we see in this reality. Even though he represents illusion, but he represents different illusion. It's illusion for this dimension, but not illusion for the upper world. You understand? Whatever it's illusion here in our through our limited reality, it's actually can be more accurate in the upper level, in opposite. So very powerful. It connects to ancestral lineage, this combination, and as well, it's it's touching, even though it's in the house of Aquarius, because of the 27 degrees, it's actually touching Pisces, right? And it's touching Pisces, who this Pisces loves to speak, because it's the Pisces, it's called the Gim Pisces. It's the Pisces, birdie Pisces, right? So make sure this particular day not to pretend and not to lie, because remember Neptune, he is the one who can activate the energy of illusion and lie on this dimension. And those of you who has this particularly moon or any planet touching these degrees on Pisces, it's extremely important full moon for you, because you literally can see effect of what you're going to invest in a few days before, a few days after, and particularly on September 10, the outcome is going to be in 6 months when it's going to be new moon. Remember, it's usually what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to show you what's happened next day, because this is something important happen next week, day after the full moon. So the full moon will have a perfect conjunction with Jupiter. This is amazing, guys. I can't even comprehend, because remember the full moon going to be on Shabbat on Saturday, and remember it's when full moon happened on Shabbat and Saturday, she been so nourished, she been so elevated. She loves Shabbat. She feels like she been protected by Shabbat energy. And what's happened on September 11th, beside the perfect conjunction with Jupiter, which is amazing, Uranus will trine Sun in exactly 24 degrees. Okay, look at this Uranus. Okay, this is Uranus 24 degree, and look at the Sun 24 degree. We on Sunday, and it's perfect it's on Sunday, because on Sunday we're more relaxed. On Sunday, we're going to feel then something unique about ourselves, something then it's been waiting for us to activate, some hobby, something then we can do, connect to our talents, because the moon as well, she came from, from planet which is represent talents, and now she with Jupiter, she will expand. It's a beautiful. This is really, really gorgeous, guys. If we're going to know how to behave this week and to be prepared for the Shabbat, for the full moon, and to use this Sunday, we're going to feel tremendous energy. We're going to feel like we went through some kind of marathon, and now we see the blessings from the restrictions and from everything what we went through. I really, really love what I see. And it's in, and moon with Jupiter in a position with Mercury. So Mercury is going to definitely give a lot of new additional thoughts and beyond our usual thinking. But I love the Uranus with Sun. Definitely use. And if you have a children, they have certain talents and they have certain fears. They were not thinking, but they didn't help your children. Have this conversation on Sunday. Have this conversation with you on Sunday, and see, perhaps you want to start to paint, perhaps you want to connect to some artistic abilities inside of you. This is really, really amazing. Or maybe you wanted to write and you had some kind of doubts about your writing skills. You're going to have really big success. This is a good day to start anything new, connect um, to your abilities beyond your normal day using. Okay, guys. So thank you for your time, and I'm introducing the really amazing short video from my teacher Rav. All the best, much love.
So the reason we learn Talmud Esther-Sfirot is because we don't want to get hung up in changing the physical nature of the person. In other words, you tell a person who is involved, who's too critical, you're too critical, now you have to overcome that. So how does he overcome it? The fact that you told him to overcome, so he won't be judgmental. But what about his internal consciousness? How can he change that? That's why just, you can sit on a couch with a psychiatrist for 30 years, right? Nothing changed. Because you're addressing not the consciousness, you're addressing the way, don't be critical. When you meet your friend, don't be critical. Or whatever the suggestion is for this person to change his character. Don't do this, don't do that. That never helped, never will help. Why? Because we're addressing his conscience. We're not addressing his conscience, we're addressing his behavior. His behavior is don't be critical. But what do you mean don't be? I have to be critical because my consciousness, which is the 96%, which is the part that none of us can ever, detect, none of us can ever measure, none of us can even be aware of it, other than the fact that we behave in a certain way. So so we have a letter of the alphabet. The person could turn that criticism around from being negative. He turns it into positivity. Why does a psychiatrist make an attempt to change the person from being critical? In other words, because he's fighting with his wife all the time. He finds everything wrong with his wife, right? Finds everything wrong with his wife. What he's supposed to do, this fellow, is to understand that he has this consciousness, internal consciousness, and criticism is a wrong thing. On the contrary, constructive criticism is a wonderful thing. So why change? Who wants to take away a consciousness of criticism? How do you change it? How do you change it? Something that you can't feel or touch. You use letters. Letters, we're told, we learn that the letters are our connections to internal consciousness. That's the way you can change people. That's the way you can change people, to whatever degree. The letters have to change. No matter what degree of intensity their negativity at one point was, it must change. Must change. Must change. So the same thing, so he's saying nothing disappears. The consciousness will never disappear. You can't make people change because you tell them to change. People cannot change. They can only take that consciousness and use it either in a constructive way or in a destructive way. But to change consciousness, we will never eradicate or eliminate the essence of a consciousness. Never, never.